Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FamilyMath number 35.
Yes! Triple high five. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something fun called Fischer Chess. I guess the dog's going to chew on a doggy toy in the background. So, has anybody heard of Fischer Chess before? Okay, good. Do you know what it is?
Well, it's just like the normal pawn setup, and the pieces behind the pawns are just randomly placed.
Okay, yeah, almost exactly right. So what Bobby Fischer, I guess, I don't know the full story, but Bobby Fischer was a great American chess player, right?
Yeah.
Some people think he was the best of all time, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he played some neat games. But one of the things he got frustrated with was how much time people spend memorizing openings. So the first like 10 moves of the game. And so what he said is, how about instead of doing regular chess, we'll compete with the pieces just about randomly. Okay? But the only rule is the bishops have to go on opposite colored squares, so you have a black bishop and a white bishop. And the king has to go in between the rooks. Okay, so you can have a position like this, but you're not allowed to have a position like that. Okay, and I guess there's some sort of castling rule, but I don't actually know this game all that well. But I want to just talk about how many different ways there are to set up the pieces. Sorry for the dog chewing the chew toy in the background, but I guess that happens sometimes. Oh, now we got a cat meowing too. It's like a farm. Okay, so we're going to try to figure out how many different ways there are to set up these pieces, and I guess we don't need both queens. Just put the other queen over there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to choose a square for the black bishop to go. So how many different choices along this row do we have for a black bishop?
This one, this one, this one, and this one.
So how many is that?
That's 4.
Okay, so we have 4 choices for the black bishop. Let's put it there. Okay, now for the white bishop. Go ahead, you tell me. How many choices do we have for where the white bishop can go?
There's 4 choices as well.
Okay, so there's 16 ways we can put total a black bishop and a white bishop on the board. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now we got to put the queen somewhere. Now, there's no restrictions on the queen, right? She can go anywhere. So how many different ways, why don't you tell me, how many different places can we put the queen now?
6.
6, that's exactly right. Okay, why don't you put the queen in one, show where the 6 choices are, and then put the queen somewhere, anywhere you want.
A1, B1, D, B1, G1, and H1.
Okay, put her anywhere you want. Wonk. Okay, now let's put the knights somewhere. We got to put the 2 knights somewhere. Where are we going to put the 2 knights? How many choices do we have for where we put the first knight?
We have 5 choices.
Okay. All right. Put that knight somewhere. Okay. Now put the other knight somewhere. How many choices do we have for that knight?
4 choices.
Okay. 4 choices. Put it somewhere. Okay. Now here's something interesting. Remember, this is the knight we put down first, and this is the knight we put down second.
Yeah.
But if I would have put this knight down, the first knight down here, and the second knight down here, how is that different than the first setup? So how is this different than this?
Interesting.
Interesting.
It doesn't look like it's different.
It's not different, right? The knights, it's not like the bishops that have to be on opposite colors, so this isn't different than this. So that means each knight position we counted twice, so we have to divide by 2. Okay, so of the 5 times 4 places where we could put the knights, they were all, 2 of them were the same every time, just by flipping the knights around. And now we have the last little interesting question, which is I have to put the king and the rooks on the board now, but I have to put the king in between the rooks. Okay, so how many ways? I have 3 squares open, and the king has to go in between the rooks when I put them on the board. So where does the king go? King has to go there. And where do the rooks go?
Here.
Does it matter which one I put in first?
No.
No. So how many total different ways can I put the king and the 2 rooks on the board now?
1.
Only 1. There's only 1 way to do it. The king has to go in the middle, and then the rooks just go wherever they are. So our total ways we can set this up is 4 times 4 times 6 times 5 times 4 divided by 2. Ah! You ready to do that?
Yep.
Okay, let's do some multiplying. What's 5 times 4 divided by 2? Why don't you do that one for me? 5 times 4 is?
It's 20.
Divided by 2 is?
10.
10, okay. Awesome. Okay, what's the next easiest multiplication we can do?
4 times 4 is pretty easy.
Okay, what is 4 times 4?
16.
4 times 4 is 16. Good. All right, what's the next easiest multiplication we can
6
do?
times 10.
Oh, 6 times 10. What is 6 times 10?
60.
60. Awesome. So now all we have to figure out is what is 16 times 60?
Well, we can do 16 times 6 and add a 0 on.
Okay, we can do 16 times 6 and add a 0. And what is 16 times 6?
16 times 6, 60 plus 36, 96.
96. So 16 times 60 is?
960.
960. And you know what Fischer Chess is sometimes called?
What?
Sometimes called chess 960. So there's 960 ways we can set up the chess, and then the pawns would go this way. Here, can you set me those other pawns? Put them on there. Good. So this is what the setup would look like. And then you would set up the black pieces in exactly the same way. You want to try this sometime? You want to play Fischer Chess sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah? It looks like it'd be pretty fun. Because you think you could play the French defense?
No.
No. I don't know. Maybe there's some version of it. But do you think you could play the Scotch Gambit here?
No.
No, definitely not. So this is supposedly a way to really test your chess skill and improve your chess skill. But it's pretty fun. I think it was invented by Bobby Fischer, at least, or maybe it was just named after him. But it's pretty neat. That's how you figure out that there's 960 different ways to do it. Is that neat?
Yeah.
Is that fun to figure out? All right, triple high five. Good job, guys.